What you're witnessing is the 8 versus 1500 hide-and-seek championship. 8 folks gotta hide somewhere in this school and dodge the hunt by 1500 students to bag a cool 70 grand. Player 1, Simon, still the one who loves showing his face, stuck to his mysterious hiding style from previous rounds. This time, he slipped into a photography van. Despite the limited space, he managed to hide himself inside the steering wheel, skillfully concealed, yet still showing off his handsome face. In a blink of an eye, he transformed into a steering wheel, seamlessly integrated into the vehicle as if he were installed there. Player 2, Sam, aims to surprise the students. He decided to dress up in flashy costumes, mixing in with the lively dancers. For this, he provided the actors with wild outfits in advance. Despite not caring about his own height, this plan is quite bold and might just lead him to victory. Player 3, the lovely Nico, targeted the bookshelves in the library, sneaking into a custom-made cabinet provided by the show's crew. Of course, her beautiful face had to be visible. After all, it's not easy to spot her among so many bookshelves. Player 4, Anton, chose a narrow corner of the dormitory building where he blocked off a section of the wall end, creating the illusion of a dead end. Then, he hid within this area, leaving only a small entrance. For students unfamiliar with the area, they wouldn't suspect that he was hidden behind what appeared to be a sealed-off wall. Player 5, James, matched the creativity of his predecessors. Firmly believing in the adage, out of sight, out of mind, he set his sights on the large lights atop the teaching building. Deciding to disguise himself as one of the lamps, he prepared a lampshade mask and donned white clothing, standing on the rooftop. From a distance, he was practically invisible. Player 6, Smith, devised a clever plan to extend the purchasing department's table, making it appear as if it were just an additional section. However, executing this without a hitch would heavily test the production team's renovation skills. Smith planned to hide within this extended space. How effective do you think this strategy will be? Player 7, Blake, firmly believed that the most dangerous place is often the safest. He decided to hide in an inconspicuous steel staircase, which was modified to accommodate his presence. Due to the cramped space, he had to curl up inside, with staff securing the panels from the outside. Although students frequently walked on the stairs, no one would suspect any changes from the outside. Player 8, Carl, chose a corner of the sports arena stands and extended it outward, creating a space for hiding. This location is unremarkable and inconspicuous, easily overlooked by inattentive students who may not notice his presence. All 8 players have successfully hidden themselves. The game has officially begun. The hide-and-seek game between 8 players and 1500 students kicks off. Students swarm around, checking what they think are suspicious spots. Near where Anton hides, many students rush by, not even glancing at the new wall. With the wind howling, Sam's already donned a coat, blending in with the actors. James watches everything from a high vantage point, feeling pretty smug. Smith's storeroom is bustling, with students bustling around his cabinets, but finding nothing out of place. The library's also bustling, with students pouring in, though they miss Nico's hiding spot among the shelves due to the sheer number of books. Carl's spot gets a few visitors, but they probably haven't noticed this corner before, so they miss any telltale signs. Lucky break for Carl. Meanwhile, Simon's spot's been bustling, but no one's checked inside the car. His situation's looking dicey, with search time halfway gone and not a single prey found. The students become more thorough. Finally, the eagle-eyed student discovers James on the roof, and James is eliminated. Sam tagged along with the partying actors, strolling around the campus and even helping set up the stage. But his distinctive features and petite stature eventually caught the eye of a student. The student slowly approached Sam, carefully observing and attempting to strike up a conversation. Feeling nervous, Sam immediately turned and walked away, but he couldn't escape his fate. The student pursued relentlessly, knowing he was about to be discovered, but eventually gave up the struggle. Sam became the second player to be eliminated. Turns out, the student was Sam's die-hard fan, declaring he could recognize him even if he turned to dust. Meanwhile, Simon's situation wasn't looking good either. A student opened the trunk and found the peculiarly shaped steering wheel. Another atmosphere player bit the dust. With only 1 minute left in the search time, students scrambled around, but to no avail. After a 5-minute break, the second half began. The students remained enthusiastic, even checking behind statues and seal sculptures, despite the bustling activity around Blake and Anton's spots. However, Carl in the gym wasn't so lucky. A student seemed to notice something off in the corner, and with a gentle pull, the panel opened up, revealing Carl inside. Turns out, the student often worked out in the gym, and was familiar with its layout, noticing the subtle changes in the corner. Over at Nico's spot, students occasionally came to investigate, but strangely always missed the mark. Meanwhile, Smith's procurement room was as busy as a supermarket. Though they checked meticulously, they found no clues. After all, such a small space doesn't seem like a place to hide a person. As for Anton's spot, students even formed groups to search. Finally, someone noticed the wall, giving it a light knock, but found nothing unusual. It seems the quality of this prop is beyond reproach. Blake's staircase, despite vigorous jumping, revealed no flaws. With only 4 minutes left and 4 targets still undiscovered, more students attempted to discern any secrets within the stairs. However, they all mistook the location. Anyone who switched to the left would have nailed it. As the clock ticked down, more students gathered around Nico's bookshelf. Was he about to be exposed at the last moment? But as the countdown ended, Nico successfully evaded capture. Surprisingly, out of the 1,200 students in the hunt, only 4 targets were found. Congratulations to those 4 individuals who will split the $70,000 prize evenly.
You're watching the 8 versus 570 hide-and-seek competition. The last player hiding in the school wins a $100,000 prize. If they're all found within 20 minutes, the prize goes to the students. Player 1, Sam, loves showing off his face. Check out his past hiding styles. This time, he's hiding behind a magazine-filled bookshelf, perfectly blending in. Of course, his handsome face will still be visible. He's even got an empty magazine to fit his face perfectly. Then, he's dressed in black and slips into the shelf. Player 2, Carl, heads to the storage room with wood. He moves shelves, slides in a custom-made box to hide. He covers it with more wood so no one suspects a person can hide there. To prevent Carl from getting stuck, the crew made a breathing hole. Players 3, Jimmy and his buddy Lee, team up in the gym equipment room. They're turning the space under the stairs into a hidden room. If found, one stays in the game. The hunters won't guess there's a hidden layer. If Jimmy lasts till the end, they split the prize. The 5th player, Liam, spotted a box near the hallway with student easel stands. He dug a hole in one, revealing his handsome face, then connected 3 boxes and added a shelf at the bottom, just enough to fit his small frame lying inside. Pretty clever idea. At first glance, it really didn't look like a place someone could hide. Player 6, James, went outdoors to the open lawn next to the teaching building where there's a quirky statue group. He went offbeat, crafting a lying down sleeping beauty sculpture and covering it in a pre-dug pit. Hidden inside, there's absolutely no clue. It'd be perfect with a layer of grass on top. Player 7, Blake, picked a cunning spot under the least noticed stairs of the teaching building, planning to extend a slanted layer there to comfortably lie down. Despite students passing by daily, no one should notice this change. Player 8, Rose, chose the multimedia classroom with a recessed space next to the display screen. With a little modification, tiny Rose could perfectly hide there, fooling everyone. Of course, the other side must also be replicated exactly to avoid any giveaway. The production team's skills are unbeatable. Once inside, the effect is truly unmatched. All 8 players are now hidden. The game officially begins. The 8 vs 570 hide-and-seek game officially begins. Everyone dashes out of the classroom, scattering in all directions. A bunch of students gather near Sam's bookshelf. Is his challenge ending before it starts? With students rummaging around, Sam doesn't stand a chance. In just 1 minute and 4 seconds, Sam is out. You gotta admit, there's strength in numbers. The cafeteria and classrooms are now packed with students. One guy checks the big screen in the multimedia room but finds nothing unusual, so Rose dodges a bullet. Jimmy and Lee's equipment room is pretty out of the way, so no students have gone in yet. Jimmy's feeling like he's already won the game. Meanwhile, things aren't looking great for Liam. Students keep passing by, one after another. Luckily, no one has suspected the boxes on the floor yet. Just as he starts to relax, a student approaches Jimmy's hiding spot. Thankfully, they don't notice anything unusual. Carl's spot is even more secure. He can even open a window to look around. James's statue is surrounded by people, but it seems like he might last until the end. That is, until a girl accidentally bumps into his statue and notices it's loose. James immediately senses trouble. Within seconds, his hiding spot is completely exposed, making him the 2nd player to get found. On the other side, people are constantly passing by Blake's staircase. Finally, a guy notices something odd at the bottom of the stairs. They kick the wooden panel open, leaving Blake nowhere to hide. Liam's spot is also drawing a lot of attention. Eventually, someone notices the boxes on the floor, but only takes a quick glance inside without thoroughly checking. Meanwhile, over at Carl's spot, some students rummage through the nearby boxes, but don't bother checking the wooden planks on the shelves. With only 3 minutes left, Jimmy and Lee, feeling confident, are casually chatting away, unaware of the looming danger. 2 guys enter the equipment room and immediately notice something odd under the stairs. They must come here often to get equipment, so they're familiar with the layout. The 2 inside nearly jump out of their skins. More students gather around as they hear the commotion. Lee, grinning, starts greeting everyone. To cover for his teammate, he energetically joins the students in dancing. Jimmy manages to dodge the bullet for now. There are 4 players left, and students are swarming everywhere but finding nothing. 2 boys enter the equipment room again and notice the already open door under the stairs. They crawl inside and see the hidden compartment. Just as they are about to investigate further, the first half of the game ends. Jimmy manages to survive at the last moment. After a 5-minute break, the search continues into the second half. It's clear that Jimmy is next in line to be eliminated. The brothers' plan has fallen through. Over the next few minutes, Liam and Carl's spots remain popular, but no one discovers their secrets. People start inspecting more carefully but still come up empty-handed, until a boy climbs up to Rose's big screen. He's often in this classroom and knows the layout well. At a glance, he spots the alterations made to the sides of the screen. Finally, a breakthrough is found, and the lovely Rose is eliminated. In the final 2 minutes, the students' enthusiasm for searching remains unabated. After several attempts, Liam finally gets exposed. With only 1 minute left, can the 570 students find the last target? Despite the continuous flow of students near Carl's spot, no one ever thinks to check those wooden boards. After all, normal people wouldn't think that someone could hide inside wooden planks. As the countdown ended, Carl emerged as the ultimate winner, successfully earning the $100,000 prize. The students couldn't believe it either, until a girl opened a cabinet and discovered a hidden door inside. If it were you participating, how many targets do you think you could find?
You're now watching the ultimate hide-and-seek competition. Our top player has gone all out, cross-dressing in a schoolgirl uniform to blend in with 1,000 students who are searching for him. 8 contestants have 20 minutes to stay hidden in the school, and if they do, they walk away with $80,000. Contestant Narda 1 James. This guy's props are always top-notch. This time, he's hiding in front of the art room. He reconfigured the space by extending a wall to create a hiding spot. For surveillance, he even made a hole behind a poster. Contestant number 2, Bob. Bob's planning to hide in the school bathroom sink area. To avoid last time's fiasco, he modified the back of the sink to create a hiding space big enough for him. Bob's props are so damn perfect there's not a single flaw I can see. Contestant number 3, Frank. With his underground victory experience, Frank's moved beyond basic hiding. This round, he's hiding on the school lawn. He replaced the fake rock on the lawn with a 1-1 custom-made replica, down to the exact lettering on the stone plaque. Frank knows that sometimes a tiny detail makes or breaks the hide. Contestant number 4, Jimmy, plans to hide at the entrance of the gymnasium. To successfully conceal himself, he altered the entrance layout and crafted a replica of the adjacent flower bed. The custom flower bed has a large internal space, ample for Jimmy to hide comfortably. Contestant number 5, Misa, opts to hide at the entrance of a third-floor classroom. While it may seem like an exposed spot, Misa cleverly filled the gap between the wall and pillar with matching wood, adding rainwater marks on the surface and even moss at the bottom. Contestant number 6, Simon, plans to hide in the library this time. To ensure a discreet hideout, he customized a cabinet inside a bookshelf and disguised it with books on the outside. Unless someone starts taking those books away, Simon remains undetected. His hiding strategy appears quite bold. Contestant number 7, Sam, the sole regular player from the Atmosphere team, hides not just to win. This time he chooses to hide under a coconut tree on campus, his humorous hideout eliciting laughter from everyone. Lastly, Anton takes the stage, once again challenging himself to disguise as a female student determined to perform well. With all 8 contestants now successfully hidden, the game officially begins. The hide-and-seek showdown between 8 and 1,000 is officially on. Students are moving fast, with 1,001 of them storming the school to hunt down the contestants. And of course, the extra one is Anton. This time, just to be safe, he's buddied up with a female classmate. Anton's hiding spot seems to be a hit. With his mask on and a girl by his side, no one passing by suspects a thing. At this point, students occasionally pass by the hiding spots of the other contestants without noticing anything wrong. But around 8 minutes into the search, over 10 students checked out the coconut tree area. As soon as they arrived, they spotted Sam. It wasn't surprising that Sam got caught. With him out, there are still 7 players left in the game. Right now, some students have walked past the sinks without batting an eye at any differences. Same deal for Misa up on the 3rd floor. Nobody's caught on to the changed walls. Back at Sam's spot, Anton pops up again. He just takes a quick peek from a distance and then hightails it out of there, not sticking around too long. At 6 minutes and 50 seconds, a bunch of students gathered in front of the art room start feeling like something's off with the walls today. They swear the walls weren't this long before, so they start checking it out right there. Pretty soon, more students gather around and someone opens a poster to find James hiding inside. Seems like no matter how well your props are made, it's too easy for these kids who've been here forever. With Sam eliminated, there are still 6 players left in the game. Students continue to search suspicious spots. One female student even moved some books in the library, but thinking there was no one hidden inside, she didn't inspect the area very thoroughly. With just over 4 minutes remaining, several male students arrived at the school entrance to inspect. As soon as they got there, observant students noticed something off about the fake rock today. It didn't quite match in direction and color. That's how Frank got pulled out from inside it, successfully eliminated from the game. With just 3 minutes left in the first half, some students arrived at Jimmy's spot but didn't notice anything different. Crisis averted for Jimmy there. In the library where Simon was hiding, a bunch of students also arrived. After a careful search by a few of them, they quickly found Simon hidden inside. As expected, Simon was out this round because as soon as someone touched the books, they'd have spotted him. After eliminating Simon, there are still 4 players left. This time, Anton kept a low profile. As the first half was coming to a close, a male student targeted the flower bed outside the gymnasium. First, he noticed 2 clumps of greenery with obviously mismatched colors. Secondly, he distinctly remembered there should only be one there before. With a thorough search by the students, they successfully opened a hidden door beside the flower bed, revealing Jimmy hidden inside. Several contestants were found in the first half. Is it possible no one will survive the day? The second half begins. Anton also arrived to search inside the campus. He's still looking good in his disguise. Around 8 minutes into the game, several students checked the campus sinks. As soon as they arrived, they noticed something was off compared to before. Once someone spotted the discrepancy, a large group of students quickly gathered around the area. This led to Bob being discovered once again. Now there are only 2 players left on the field. With over 6 minutes left in the search, the students continue their hunt. No matter how hard the students searched around the school, they still didn't find the 2 hidden players. Even when they stood right next to Misa, they didn't notice anything different and moved on to check elsewhere. With only 46 seconds left in the search, Anton started showing off again by taking off his mask. Looks like he hasn't learned his lesson yet. Eventually, several male students successfully spotted him. In the end, the only one left standing was Misa. Congratulations to Misa for walking away with the $80,000 prize all to themselves.